big drop. Okay, today we're gonna start with the walls right here between these two units. That was a palapa wall. As you can see there, the remnants of the old wall. And we want something that gives us a little bit better of a sound barrier between the units. So we're gonna put the EPS panels right here. We'll have a couple small windows in here just to add a little more light. Garage is coming in, so we'll build up. You can see the two castles, what they call castles, on each side there. And we're gonna have about a 5 foot by 6.5 foot garage here. So as soon as we finish that, we'll be able to take out the gate behind there. The walls are starting to come in up here. You can see now as you come in the entrance, we've got the first wall off the side. We're gonna end up putting a small closet right there. And then you're gonna kind of enter into the main living space right here. So it's pretty exciting. This is going to be, basically I'm almost standing in our office right here. So starting to put what will be outlets on this side. If you come around the other side, this is gonna be we call it our theater room because it's where we watch a lot of movies, but it's a pretty small theater. Within another week or so, we'll have it completed and can have somebody come out and tell us the best way to put in the, I think they call it the cortina, the garage door. They're putting the top on where the garage door will go, and then they'll build it up a little bit more, not quite to the floor, I guess, to the second level. So what we have to decide is, do we want it to slant down like that or go out like that and then down? So we're trying to decide now what will look as aesthetically pleasing, but also will make the most sense for, I guess, rain runoff and things like that, and also for being safe and not inviting people to try to climb up on the roof. So hopefully in the next 24 hours before they start building up, we'll make a decision there. It's been a week since I did update on what's going on up here, so thought I'd do a walkthrough quickly to show how everything looks. So last week we didn't have any of the walls for the office here. Those walls went up this week. They started on the back side, laying the cement over the panels. So you come around the side of this side of the house. They've finished laying the walls, the panels here, and putting the cement up. There's a little more there, but it's mostly done. They've told me that next week they're gonna start up here. So I'm hoping that within a week we can get this taken care of. And then as you come into our little TV room, living room, theater room area here, see, most of the work's coming on pretty well. This wall's ready for the pasta for the most part, which is that white kind of finishing cement that they put on it. And then the office as well, the walls are in here and kind of coming along. Also, so it looks pretty good. Reyes has been working on this garage here the last couple weeks. I had him give me that quote for the garage and the wall right here, and he said 13,000 pesos. And what we had agreed to was I'd give him 500 pesos per day until we reached 50%, and then the remaining 50% would be given when he completed. Well, last week we got to the 50% in payment part, and he decided that he needed to continue to get 500 pesos a day. And I said I wasn't going to do that. He had several days where he had only worked 4 or 5 hours. So I kind of was like, I was giving you 500 a day no matter how much work you did. But at this point, I'm not going to continue to give you 500 a day because it may end up costing me 30,000 pesos at the pace you're going. So he hasn't shown up the last couple of days. And I don't know if he quit or not. I think he still has some tools here. But today I went out and I just cleaned out the area. So at least it's semi-respectable, and here in the next week I'm sure we'll find somebody else to complete the job if he doesn't come back. I want to show where we're at after 3 weeks of work here upstairs on the second floor unit that Allie and I eventually will be living in. But first was going to give a quick update on where things stand with the workers. Obviously, Reyes has totally abandoned ship, so we'll need to find somebody else to finish his project downstairs, the garage, and the front of the house. Armando and his assistant have been back all week, and they're doing a great job, which is really which is a relief. They're actually working really, really hard. I bought them lunch today, and we usually we obviously give them water, and then these guys are huge Coke drinkers on top of the beer. We're not going to provide them with beer while they're working, but we'll give them Coke as well. And we try to give them a lot of leeway with what they're doing up here. In addition, originally about 3 weeks ago, I bought Armando. He wanted this box. There's a really nice drill in there, so I bought that for him. And the agreement was he was going to pay me back weekly, or I'd take it out of his pay. But after about 9 days of work, he disappeared. So I kind of got nervous. At least he leaves this here. So after last week, a few days was actually a little bit nice because I could get some other things taken care of. But he called and said he was going to come in the following day. Then he didn't. After a few days, I called him, and I couldn't really figure it out. I assumed he probably had another job that was paying him better, but it was a short-term job. He did come back eventually and apologize and said he'd be in this week. But before that, I had said, I'm like, if you're not going to come in, you still need to be paying me weekly for this drill. So he came in, he gave me a payment, and I think I'll probably tell them if they can manage to show up 3 weeks in a row, I'll waive his last, $50 or so that he owes on this thing. So we'll see where that goes in the upcoming weeks. But for the time being, they've done a great job. So I'll show the project right now. One of the hardest aspects of this project for novices like us is envisioning where you want to have lights and outlets and the switches for the lights, how many switches you need. Here we have one on each end of this hallway, and where you'll want to have wall lights versus ceiling lights. Obviously, we're trying to put in as many outlets as we can think of places that we may need them. Here in the kitchen, putting a light above the sink, and where will the microwave be. We've already set the line in for where the stove will go and things like that. So on this side, this is the wall that about 2 weeks ago they started. So they finished this one up with the window. Still haven't started the project above. We'll keep our fingers crossed that starts next week. And the same thing, probably in the next week or two, we'll begin to decide how we want to do the spacing and how tall we want to have windows here. It can go pretty high up, but we'll have to decide if we want to set them 6 or 7 feet apart or less than that. So then you come into this room, which is the TV room. The fuse box is here in the closet, and it's coming together pretty good in here. We just need to figure out the roof situation. We want to put add a level onto this side, so we met with an engineer and an architect a few days ago, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that project gets off the ground in the next couple weeks. Office right here. Okay, thanks for watching, and send another update out soon. All right, have a great day.